By my hand!
You know that feeling when you want to love a game? The story seems great, the world looks amazing, but something just doesn't click? I've been there a few times, especially with action RPGs. So today I want to talk about a few games I've dropped. Not because they're bad, but because they helped me realize why I personally prefer turn-based RPGs. For me, slowing down and taking things at my own pace feels more rewarding than stress reacting in real time. Let's talk about Tales of Xillia, Tales of Arise, Ys 8, and Ys Origin, and how they helped me understand what kind of gameplay truly clicks with me. Hey friends, I'm Autumn. Welcome back to Cozy Cartridges, your little corner for calm gaming, gentle adventures, and thoughtful reflections on the stories that warm our hearts and sometimes test our patience. If that sounds like your vibe, grab your favorite snack or beverage, get comfy, and settle in for a bit with me. I try to keep an open mind about different gameplay systems, but lately I've realized that action-heavy combat doesn't always fit the way I like to play. Take the newly released Tales of Xillia Remastered, for example. I went in so excited. Classic jrpg with charming characters, the option to play as a female protagonist, which is huge for me, colorful towns, and a rich story exploring themes of friendship, trust, and morality. You follow Jude, a young medical student, and Mila, a spirit guardian, as they travel to save the world from a growing crisis. Along the way, you meet allies, navigate political tensions, and make choices that shape your relationships and outcomes. Exploration is lively, full of side quests and hidden treasures, but once I settled into combat, something just didn't quite land. The linear motion battle system puts you directly in control of one character, juggling combos, dodges, and special attacks while managing AI companions. Battles are fast and flashy, but I really struggled to find a rhythm. Fights often ended before I could even process what was happening on screen, and I realized I wasn't engaging with the story or strategy the way I wanted to. And Xillia isn't the only Tales game I've dropped. Tales of Arise is another one I genuinely wanted to enjoy. The story follows Elfin, a masked swordsman who's lost his memory, and Xion, a cursed woman whose touch causes pain. The game's world and art direction are stunning, but again, the combat, filled with intricate combos, cooldowns, and real-time party management, felt more exhausting than exciting. The Ys series gives me a similar feeling. I know you love Ys 8, but Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, has incredible setting and pacing. You're shipwrecked on a mysterious island, forming a community and uncovering the island's secrets. Combat is fast, fluid, and all about timing and movement. Ys Origin shares that same energy with its tower climbing structure and action-packed encounters. Both are polished, engaging, and complex, but after a while, I miss the quiet moments of reflection that turn-based games offer. I wanted space to breathe, think, and absorb the story instead of button smashing. In all four games, the worlds and characters pulled me in, but the combat kept me at arm's length. They reminded me how much I value a slower, more deliberate kind of engagement where I can pause, plan, and take in the atmosphere without being rushed or stressed. It's not that these games did anything wrong. They're excellent examples of what action RPGs can do. Dynamic, complex, and deeply satisfying for players who love diving into those fast-paced nuances. But for me, that pacing just doesn't do it. When I play a turn-based RPG, I can actually settle in. I can sip some tea, think through my next move, listen to the soundtrack, and enjoy the dialogue without feeling like I'm missing something on screen and gonna get KO'd. Turn-based systems give me space to appreciate the story's quieter moments. It's like reading a good book instead of watching an action movie. You get to live inside the details. What I love most about turn-based RPGs is their rhythm. There's something deeply satisfying about that steady exchange. Your turn, their turn, the soft tap of a menu cursor. You can take a moment, plan your move, and really engage with the game's world and characters. Series like Dragon Quest, Persona, and Fire Emblem strike that perfect balance between strategy and relaxation. They keep you thinking but never stressed. It's progress at a comfortable pace. Well, for me anyway. That said, I don't dislike all action combat. There are a few styles that really work for me. The ones that feel clear, simple, and intuitive rather than overwhelming. I really enjoy the Mana series, for example. Sword of Mana and Trials of Mana are some of my favorites. And Square Enix, if you're listening, please just give us Visions of Mana on Switch 2 already. On a physical cartridge, please. Thank you. The combat in mana games is straightforward. Attack, dodge, cast magic. It never feels cluttered, just fluid and rhythmic, letting you stay grounded in the story and characters. And of course, farming sims often blend light combat with daily life mechanics, like Rune Factory or Harvestella. You can swing a sword or cast a spell, but it's more about pacing and flow than quick reflexes. It's also less about mastery and more about mood, which suits me perfectly. Unlike my dearest best friend who almost never finishes a game, I have this compulsive need to see credits roll. I want to experience every ending, every story resolution, and cross the game off of my backlog. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that dropping a game isn't a failure. It's just part of understanding who you are as a player. RPGs, especially JRPGs, are long. They can easily take 60, 80, or even 100 plus hours to finish. So if something doesn't click early on, it's hard to justify sinking that time into it. For me, it's about recognizing when a game's pace or mechanics doesn't fit the way I like to unwind. For a long time, I pushed myself to finish every game I started. I think I already put 20 hours in, I can't stop now. But that mindset can turn gaming into a chore instead of a joy. Now, when I start to feel that resistance, when I find myself a little reluctant to turn the game back on, I take that as a gentle signal to step away. Maybe the timing's off, or maybe the style just isn't clicking right now. And that's completely fine. Which is why, instead of a first impressions video on Tales of Xillia Remastered, you're getting this reflection on playstyles and pacing. Gaming isn't just about how many titles you finish, it's about which ones genuinely make you feel relaxed, inspired, or recharged. If that means playing a comforting favorite, just this year alone, I did 2 more playthroughs of Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I have a massive backlog. Or just putting down something that doesn't click with you, that's okay. And if your comfort game happens to be a chaotic shooter, that's also okay. And every game you pick up teaches you something, even the ones you don't finish. And sometimes the ones you drop are just waiting for the right moment to welcome you back. So that's my reflection on games I've set aside and why turn-based JRPGs will always have my heart. The slower pacing, the planning, the thoughtful back and forth, it just hits that perfect balance between engagement and ease. Let me know in the comments which games you've dropped and what kind of gameplay suits you best. We all play differently. Finding out what kind of player you are and games you like is part of the fun. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for weekly cozy gaming content. Until next time, may your turns be thoughtful, your strategies satisfying, and your adventures bring you peace.